zones and use them to provide clean drinking water, not only for their own personnel, but for also the people who are in the emergencies. Also, very importantly, the filters take out cryptosporidium and giardia from the water. Now, these are resistant to chlorine, so a lot of people assume that because municipal water is chlorinated, that all of the harmful things will be killed, and that's just not the case. I mean, we actually had a cryptosporidium outbreak in the UK not so long ago, and this is happens in all over the world, in first world countries as well. So the fact that our filters can take out not only bacteria but also cysts from the water gives you that insurance policy that the water that you are drinking is free of these harmful contaminants. Now, how the filter works is actually extremely simple. The ceramic shell itself is a very fine barrier, so the water passes through the ceramic wall. It then passes through any media that we have inside. In this case, this is activated carbon, which cleans up organic contaminants in the water, improves the taste and odour, takes out chlorine, for example. And then the filtered clean water exits through the top of the water filter. And what happens is that most of the large particles get trapped on the surface, and then because the ceramic offers a very fine porosity within the filter and a tortuous path through the filter, then anything too small to be captured on the surface is captured within the structure of the ceramic. So you can see here that an example of the kind of tortuous path through the ceramic that the water will actually take. Now, one of the added bonuses of having ceramic and having most of the dirt trapped on the surface is that the filter is actually washable. So if it becomes clogged, you don't have to throw it away. You can actually just simply clean it with a Scotch-Brite pad under running water, and you'll be able to restore the flow. Now, one word of warning on that: it won't actually restore the life of the carbon inside. So it's not a filter that will go on forever and ever. Now, I've mentioned chlorine within drinking water. This is put there obviously to try and preserve the water as it's transported to your home. It also has a downside. I mean, it doesn't taste very nice, but also it can react with other substances in the water to produce trihalomethanes, which are known to cause cancer. So by using a filter which has activated carbon in it, you're able to take out the chlorine and the organic contaminants, and that will also clean up the taste and make it nice to drink. We also include other types of water treatment media inside, which are capable of taking out heavy metals such as lead, which as I'm sure you know are toxic. So the way the carbon does this is the chlorine actually sticks to the carbon, it's adsorbed to it. In addition to the adsorption, we also have a silver matrix that we put into the ceramic itself, so that the ceramic is self-sterilizing and you don't get bacteria growing on the filter itself. So we have a range of different options, some of which we have on show for you here today. Depending on the type of application you're looking for. So for people who want to have a system which is underneath the sink and hidden away. We have a range of different options. These are also commonly used in restaurants to feed coffee machines, to feed ice machines, and so on. For something that's extremely simple to install, you can take it home, fix it to your countertop filter that you can fix to your existing tap in your own home. And that's the simplest, most portable way of treating your water. And then we also have gravity filters, which is basically as simple as it gets. You pour dirty water in the top, you get clean water out the bottom. And those are the systems that we tend to sell a lot to aid agencies.
Just how many liters? How many liters in gravity?
That's 10 litres. So what people tend to do is to fill up the upper chamber before they go to bed, and then when they wake up in the morning they have 10 litres of drinking water available. And then for higher flow applications, for example, people who want to filter all of the water to their whole kitchen, or for restaurants and coffee shops who want to feed a much bigger series of sinks or dishwashers and so on, then we also have higher flow systems. So in summary, the great thing about the ceramics is that they will do a job on any type of water. The aid agencies literally throw river water at these things, and they get potable water from those sources. So putting it onto municipal supply in Beirut is not a big challenge to this type of technology. And not only is it very flexible, but it's a system that is tried and tested. We sell these filters in more than 100 countries around the world. We use them on all sorts of different types of supplies, and we have the independent test data to back up all of the claims that we make for our filters. The other great thing is that you don't need any power for them, and unlike some other systems, like, for example, our reverse osmosis systems, there's no waste. So with an RO, for every 1 litre of water you treat, you're having to waste 4 litres. With our system, what you treat, you get to drink. Now, Fareed mentioned the Fairey Water Safety Initiative, which is something that we're kicking off in Lebanon and looking to roll out into other GCC countries in the near future. What we're doing is partnering with Boyka, who are obviously experts in food hygiene, and I'll leave them to discuss more about their business. But what we're very excited about is that we're able to offer the water part. So they're able to do with the food hygiene issues. We can now deal with the water hygiene issues. What we've done is put in place 2 types of program, one for residential homes and one for restaurants, coffee shops, and so on. Now, the most important thing for all of us as consumers is to know that the water that we're drinking, whether it's at home or whether it's in a restaurant, when we go there, is that it's clean and safe to drink. And obviously that it tastes good. The thing is that water sounds very simple, but actually it's a complex thing, and can vary very much from area to area, even within a city. So what we've done is to put in place a whole series of different options for treating different problems, and then we've pioneered an approach which basically means that we first of all, analyse the water that you have either at home or in your restaurant. Then one of our technicians comes in and examines the setup and makes sure that they're specifying something that works with the equipment that you have. Then we provide a full service, including installation for that equipment. But then it doesn't stop there. We offer ongoing support so that you don't feel that you've just been left to fend for yourselves. We come in and check that the equipment's running and meeting your expectations and so on. So that in short is what we're looking to do. Thank you very much for your attention. Both Fareed and I will be obviously around if you have any questions later on in the evening, and thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. First, I would like to thank you for Fairey asking us to conduct this presentation. Thank you, Your Excellency, for receiving us here. A quick brief about Boyker before starting our presentation. Boyker Food Safety is the largest food safety company giving trainings, consultancy services. We are based in Lebanon, UAE, Kuwait, Qatar, Riyadh, and Nigeria. As a wrap-up of food safety services, we do trainings on food hygiene, we do consultancy on ISO 22000, on HACCP, BRC, any food safety management system. So what we are going to present today actually is a bit away from food safety, but we know that water safety, water quality is as important as food safety. What I did recently, a month ago, I did a registration on FDA, and I was receiving on daily basis what is happening worldwide as recall, food safety recall. When I started this presentation, I noticed actually that we have a lot of water outbreaks that no one is really informing or presenting that to the public. So the first thing to do, why water quality? Why is it that important to really focus on water quality? Water quality, water safety. If we guarantee that the water we're having in our house, in the restaurant and the hotel is safe 100%, we are avoiding food poisoning. We are avoiding having symptoms like diarrhea, vomiting, and nausea. And I'm smiling actually because I'm sick. I ate yesterday. I'm going to start by this funny story. I was yesterday in the Bika, and I had a sandwich. And I also, at the same time, had a drink with ice cubes. So I'm wondering, my food poisoning, is it due to my chicken sandwich or the ice cubes? It might be the ice cubes. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because when I was drinking, I heard the secretary saying, "Oh my God, I'm not sure if the ice cubes are coming from the refrigerator or the tap water." So, and she said it's the same. Anyway, if it's filtered water or tap water, for her it was exactly the same. So I'm sure that my food poisoning is due from the ice cubes. That's between brackets. So water safety is extremely important. Let's see the fact that I gathered from the WHO. 1.1 billion of people globally lack basic access to drinking water. That is really a huge number. Another thing, 2.4 billion of people don't have proper sanitation facilities related to water. Another number, over 2 billion of people, mostly living in developing countries, are at risk to water-related bacterial diseases. Another surprising number, normally waterborne diseases are affecting a lot kids below the age of 5 years, and actually causing deaths for 2.2 million of people each year. And if you see the third one, people are dying from water outbreaks much more from war or violence around us. So it's kind of a scary number. We don't really realize that. We are focusing in Lebanon a lot on food safety, chicken, meat, milk, dairy product, but what about water? Let's see why water is important. What are the main causes of water outbreaks? Our colleague mentioned before cholera. It is causing an acute diarrhea. Cholera is due to a bacteria, a pathogen present in the water that can cause this type of diarrhea. Another problem that you might face is the typhoid fever. And the problem with typhoid, we're going to stay what we call a long-term carrier. We have it now. We don't have symptoms anymore, no more diarrhea, no more vomiting, but for a couple of months it's staying inside the human body. So your food handler maybe, if he's working in a kitchen and he looks perfectly good and healthy, he might carry the typhoid fever. Another problem in water, another acute diarrhea, it's the dysentery. It's due to a very specific bacteria called Shigella. It's also present in water. We have some parasites that are present in water, also it was presented before, that might cause water outbreaks. And we have a very specific, I don't know. That's me, actually. It's a virus attacking the PC now. Okay. During the research also, we noticed another problem that might take place in water. It's the brain diarrhea. It's neither a virus or a bacteria, but it also might cause water outbreak, and it happened in Minnesota a long time ago. This is why they called it the Brainerd diarrhea. It's a region in Minnesota. They don't really know until now if it's a bacteria, a virus, or a toxin present in food, but it